I did. God, that's my chins. Hey, my name's Amira and welcome back to my channel. Today I have the most beautiful PR package in front of me. This is the Too Faced It Comes Naturally collection. Oh my goodness, I feel like this collection was made for me, and this set just, when I saw this at the dinner that I got to go to last week, I was just shocked. I was so shocked that Too Faced would give this to me. This is just amazing, beautiful, and yeah, just all of the nudie neutral tones and everything that I am all about. I've been using it out over the last couple of days so that I could try out the different palettes. I didn't want to do a first impressions review because, you know, with a face palette and different bronzers, and then with a matte eyeshadow palette and a normal eyeshadow palette, I've been mixing and matching too much to be able to give, you know, a proper opinion on each of the goodies in here. Now I have been focusing more so on the palettes as opposed to the individual bronzers, but I have used them in the past. I know they are slightly tweaked, as I said, but you know, I thought that the palettes are probably more so where it's at, that you guys are going to want to, you know, actually hear more detailed reviews on, and then the other ones, you know, I've just kind of used like a little bit to try them out, but they're all for different skin tones. So I've got a hair on my lip. Yeah, I can't really try all of the bronzers because, you know, they're not all going to work on my skin tone anyway, but I will be showing you guys some swatches of them. I'm going to be showing you guys swatches of all of the different palettes. I recorded one of the days when I was testing out some of the other shades that I didn't use today when I was filming, so that way you guys can actually see them applying and stuff as well, and I'll overlay me using them today for this look as well. And then I will also include lip swatches of all of the lip colors as well, because I haven't tried all of them yet, but I have tried a few different ones just to see if there was, you know, much variance in, you know, the formula between shades. So before we jump into my thoughts and opinions on this collection, I want to thank Too Faced for giving me this amazing set so I can actually, you know, try out everything for you guys. And yeah, if you guys like the video and want to see more like this, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out. Feel free to leave a cheeky comment down below if you have any requests for what you want to see in one of my next videos. And yeah, let's jump in. So first I'm going to talk about the face palette because I think that this is just one of the standout pieces from the collection. The packaging is very, very luxe, gorgeous shades. There's like a nice big mirror. Where can I angle it so I don't blind you? A nice big mirror in there, good quality one with a little Too Faced logo, and then you have your 6 cheek shades in there. So you have 2 highlighters, 2 blushes, and then I think these are technically 2 more blushes, but these are more bronzy shades. So you have Starlight and Satin sheets in the highlighters. They're both duochrome. They're both ones that have a shift, and I will put better swatches over the top, but like, they're just stunning. So Starlight is like a pinky one with like a bit of a bluey purple sheen through it as it turns and hits the light. So that's the one I have on my face today. And then Satin Sheets is like this really, really yellow kind of highlight, but as you turn, there's a pink reflect through it as well. They're both really, really stunning shades. If you mix the 2 shades together, it's just like a gorgeous kind of combination of everything, and I don't know, a lot more wearable. If you feel like one is too pink or one is too yellow, you could just easily mix them together. So then we have Pink Wink and Pink Sand. So Pink Wink is the blush that I am wearing today. It is more of a pink shade, a brighter pink. It's a very, very beautiful color. I actually really like how my makeup looks today, but it's not a color I generally gravitate towards being, you know, a nude blush lover. I just go for nudie kind of blush tones normally, so this is a little bit bright. But having said that, when I've gone for such a neutral look like I have today, having that little bit more pink in my cheeks does give a little bit more life to it. And I know that not everyone is like me, and not everyone just uses nude blushes. And then we have Pink Sand, which is definitely the nudie kind of shade I would generally go for. Just kind of like a dusty, burnt pink color. That sounds really gross, but it's a matte. It's just like a nude kind of pinkish bronze color. These colors are very everyday, so if you have, you know, very neutral everyday makeup and you want to just add a little bit of color to your face, Pink Wink would work really well. If you're just not sure what blush to use with your makeup look, then Pink Sand would work really well because it's so nude and neutral. Then you have these 2 bronzy shades. So you have Sunny Honey, which is a matte bronzer shade. This is absolutely gorgeous, just like a nice warm matte bronze, really easy to use. And then Tropic Like It's Hot, I did use this. It's a shimmery, very shimmery bronze shade. So Tropic Like It's Hot is probably one that I wouldn't use as much, but having said that, I still have used it and I have enjoyed it. It's probably a shade I would go more for my eyeshadow. So like if I was going away, I could easily just take this palette if I didn't have any crazy makeup things on, and I could use these colors as eyeshadows as well. But yeah, I think that if you like the tones that are in this palette, then I would definitely recommend picking it up because it is just gorgeous to be on display, and it applies really nicely. And yeah, I just think it is this standout, which is why I wanted to speak about it first and a little bit more in depth. Then we have the two eyeshadow palettes. So we have the Natural Matte and the Natural Eyes palette. So if we open them up, you can see how they look on the inside. They're both very nudie neutral kind of color tones. But if I could have my way, I would mix and match some shades from these. So if we look at the matte one first, we have Heaven, which is a more kind of warm tone nude bone shade, Nude Goals, which is more of a pink tone, and Lace Teddy, which is a slight bit darker, which you could use as a transition shade for really fair skin tones, or you could use it more as like a base shade for deeper skin tones. That's what I have all over my actual lid today. Less is More and Sexpert, Cleavage, and Risky Business, which are more purple tone shades. All Natural, which is a this is like one of my favorite shades in the palette, and Hookup, which is like a deeper version. So they're both, again, everything in this one is matte. This is medium, this is deeper. So for my look today, I used Heaven, Lace Teddy, All Natural, Hookup, and Sexpert. So I didn't really touch, you know, these three really kind of cool tone shades, or four, sorry, Risky Business too. I would use Risky Business though, or Risky Biz. And then if we look at the Natural Eyes palette, again, we have Heaven, we have Silk Teddy, which is a light shimmering pink, Strip Poker, which is a beautiful medium transition-y kind of shade. We have Honey Pot, which is a gorgeous shimmery bronze, Chocolate Martini, gorgeous shimmering dark khaki kind of color, Push Up, which is like a shimmering taupe, Erotica, which is a shimmering deep gray, and then up the top here we have Cashmere Bunny, which is again like a light kind of transition shade. It's a little bit more cool tone than Strip Poker, but it's still quite neutral. And then Sexpresso, which is a deep chocolate matte shade. If I just had to choose one, I would choose the matte one, because while the other palette has some beautiful shimmer colors that I like, I'm just like really all about these. That was my straightener turning off. I'm really about like the Stiller Magnificent Metals, so I tend to use them on my lids quite a lot. So I could create my full matte eye look with that palette and then just pop one of my liquid metals on my eyes and I would be good to go. I find that, you know, there's no fallout with anything like that, even though these palettes I used with my foundation already done, which I don't normally do, and I didn't really have any issues with fallout. So it's just kind of personal preference again on your shade preferences, but they apply beautifully and there is a nice selection of shades in there. So it just depends if they're shades that you see yourself using or not, as to whether I would recommend it for you or not. If you're into those colors, then definitely go for it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. And like these just look so beautiful on your little vanity. So there are 10 shades of the Nude Lipsticks. They are the Natural Nudes Intense colors. They are infused with coconut butter for a creamy satin finish. There's not really a huge scent to them. Very, very mild. I wouldn't really say, you know, it's amazing. Like, you know, the peach lip glosses, they smell divine and like very strongly scented. These, I can't really smell anything. The formula is really, really, really comfortable. I am not a matte lip girl. 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to choose a matte lip unless the occasion really calls for it. So you guys will see all of the beautiful shades in the collection now. I haven't tried them all yet, but so far the ones that I have tried have felt so amazing and so, so comfortable. With this shade range, I think that anyone will be able to find their perfect nude shade that just, you know, complements them perfectly. I think that if you're scared of nudes, there's like some deeper ones as well. Like this isn't like a nude, this is like, you know, darker than my lips. It's more of a neutral tone. I would definitely recommend everyone go pick up their favorite shade in one of these lipsticks. It's just like so comfortable. It feels like, you know, you have nothing on the lips, but like not like nothing, but like just a light lip balm on the lips. Like, it's just a beautiful feeling. I really enjoy it, and the packaging is gorgeous as well. It's got like that lace kind of, well, you can't really see it with the light one. Let's take this really deep kind of packaging. This is, it's like a lace kind of overlay on it, and this just looks gorgeous. Then lastly, we're going to talk about the bronzers, which have been slightly tweaked apparently and repackaged. This gorgeous little packages. So I've been using the Sun Bunny bronzer quite a bit. I've had it before in a face palette. I really enjoy this. I used it yesterday actually with just like a tinted moisturizer on for like my everyday kind of work makeup. You guys know, if you follow me on Instagram, I show you guys my little routine all the time on Insta stories. It's just like tinted moisturizer, smidge of concealer, smidge of brows, and like that's pretty much it. I wanted to try this and I wanted to see how it worked over the top of, you know, a tacky base, because I don't set my foundation or my tinted moisturizer with powder, and I know that a lot of the time with bronzers, and this is why I went off powder bronzers, as soon as you start to use it, it will grab to any like wet, damp kind of tackiness on your skin. That did not happen with this. Now, I was careful, I did use a big fluffy brush and quite a light hand, but it does not grab to any areas on your skin. It applies beautifully, guys, and it looked flawless and amazing, and it is a shimmery bronzer, but it's not obnoxiously shimmery. I think that this would work really well for a lot of different people. I find mattes can be harder to blend, and this is more forgiving for an everyday basis, and it just gives you that gorgeous bronzy golden shade. I just love it. It has slight red tones in it. I mean, you look at it, you wouldn't think it's red tones. I didn't even really notice that. It was only when I was reading the actual press release about it. It has a slight pink undertone to mimic the flush of a real tan, and I have a fake tan on my body at the moment. It's developing, so it's actually quite red tone, and if you think about it, you go in the sun, you're going to get red and flush. So it is actually just like a perfect kind of bronze shade that looks really natural on the skin. It doesn't look obnoxious and shimmery, guys. I promise. It is just, that is my favorite one. But if you guys do not like shimmery bronzers, they have 3 matte bronzers. So if we compare them, we have Milk Chocolate Soleil and Chocolate Soleil, and then I'm going to compare this chocolate one to the dark chocolate. So then you can see the dark chocolate. So the dark chocolate is really red tone. Like, you can see if you look at these two compared to each other, this one isn't really darker, it's just a really different kind of undertone. So yeah, keep that in mind if you're wanting a deep kind of color. Like, the packaging is gorgeous. Like, I'm gonna have to keep these just so I can keep them all on display somewhere, like the shades that I don't use. Milk Chocolate Soleil is gorgeous. Like, I'm all about these light bronzers that build up, as opposed to going in with something too dark and then, you know, having to kind of work backwards from there. I prefer to build up my bronzer. These are gorgeous, you know, they're nothing too new to the collection. They have been out for a while. They're just slightly tweaked. I can't really tell too much of a difference because I didn't use the old ones too much. They have a chocolatey scent to them. It's very mild. It's less than the Chocolate Bar palette. What I didn't realize was that the bronzers were actually inspired by Jaren's sister, who's a stage 4 melanoma survivor. Reading that, I thought that was just a really lovely thing to just throw in there for you guys, just a little fact. So he wanted to create a way for women to get beautifully bronzed the healthier way. So that's when they created Sun Bunny Bronzer. I don't know, I just thought that that was like a really kind of sweet bonus thing that, you know, I really like when brands have like meanings behind creating things. So yeah, I just thought I'd throw it in there for you guys. Anyway guys, that's all I really have to say about the collection today. Lipsticks and the face palette are the standouts, and the Sun Bunny bronzer, but it's not new technically, it's just kind of retweaked. But if you haven't tried it before and you want a slightly kind of very subtly luminous bronzer or something that's not a matte, I think that's gorgeous to check out. But if you want a matte bronzer, they do have, you know, 3 different shades there to choose from as well. I think that if you are drawn to these colors, you're gonna love the collection. And if you're drawn to beautiful packaging, you're just gonna need it all. like me. So thank you so much Too Faced again for, you know, letting me have this entire collection. That is just amazing. If you guys want to see Instagram videos on the looks that I created, you know, when I was filming and trying out some of the different palettes in this collection, follow me over on Instagram at AmiaMay. They may or may not already be up, but keep an eye out for them. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.